So in one of my earlier videos, I stated that within the next 6 months to a year, we would be in full-on hot war with Russia and China. So let's update that, shall we? Let's update that with the Military Draft 2023-2024 edition. The military, specifically the Army, has been tens of thousands of inductees short lately, first of all. Second of all, the military, specifically the Army, but backed by every branch, has now, under the radar, released a document stating that they will be and or need to be, because I don't remember the exact verbiage, I'd have to look it back up, they will be reinstating the draft. China is done with this government's bullshit. Russia is done with this government's bullshit. Quite frankly, we as Americans are done with this government's bullshit. I also stated in that same video that there would be a war fought in the next 6 months to a year. And the two war options were full-on hot war, potential World War III with China, Russia, and the BRICS countries, or, and this is the second option, a second American Revolutionary War. That's our two options at this point. Yeah, I don't give a fuck if you're red or you're blue or independent or green, or I don't care what party you vote for. I don't care if you don't vote at all at this point. It don't matter whether you're pro-Biden or pro-Trump or pro-life or pro-choice or gender affirmative care or whatever fucking bullshit. None of that matters. What matters is, where is your line in the sand? Because in the next 6 months, we will be in full-on hot war, which means well before that, within the next 6 months, at the rate we're going, we will be in full-on hot war, which means well before that, they will initiate this draft. All men, women, children, vets, we're looking at potential World War III, and I want you to grasp the seriousness and the velocity of that, and what that entails. It don't matter if you're old. It don't matter if you're young. It don't matter if you're a woman, an only child. It don't matter what you identify as. When the military says, you're drafted, welcome to the U.S. military. We're going to send you to Ukraine. We're going to send you to the outskirts of Russia and China and all this shit. Your choice is going to go out the window. As simple as that. It's either fight for this bullshit government in a war we don't want to fight and probably most likely die, or die refusing. It's either fight for this bullshit government in a war we don't want to fight and probably most likely die, or die refusing. It's either fight for this bullshit government in a war we don't want to fight and probably most likely die, or die refusing.
Well, you were gonna die, because this man is calling for a revolt, man. Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Knows in this gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Man, this is just like another piggyback on a lesson I just did regarding the U.S. military draft. He say potentially World War III. Well, the potentials of that war has been dramatically increased because it's not a potential war, but it will be a war according to the scriptures. Okay, the scriptures prophesied of a war to end all wars. The war that was going to bring an end to the Western dominance. And when I say, brothers, man, I'm assured, we're confident this shit is through. This is through. It's done. It's a done deal. And me personally, I speak as a man when I say this. Lord's will it be true. I don't see Esau going to 2030, man. At least past it. I mean, I mean, they can go up to that point, but if things are really just detriment and they're getting ready to throw the currency offline, the BRICS currency, to throw the U.S. dollar offline, then they're going to war within a matter of months or a year or within a year or so. And he made a pretty good prediction, which I can't really attest to and say if it's accurate or not, but he said within 6 months to a year. Well, let's hope that that's the truth. But we do know that something is on the immediate horizon. I'm going to see if I still have this article, and I'm not going to really read it. But this was a good one, too. It says the military industrial complex is making hundreds of billions of dollars and they need a military draft in the U.S. to take things to the next level. That was actually a good one. But I was reading something a while back. Let me find it here. Yep. How America will collapse by 2025. And this is a very long article, man. But I went over this, I want to say like last year, like the beginning of last year, I kind of went through it. But it doesn't really hurt to do a second look at this thing. And while that's not going to be the immediate focal point, this particular article, I think this is definitely sit down purpose, or really, you know what? I say this and I can't really speak on it. But however the Spirit have it, I believe through the Spirit tomorrow, this is what Lord's will we will go into a camp, because this is literally going to take us every bit of 2 hours to get through. And with everything that's going on, the Spirit is having us getting back on World War III, man. And I was like one of my favorite things to go into when I was first into the truth. Like I've done a video on that damn near like every week when I was younger in the faith, which I'm still young, you know. But nonetheless, it's time for us to really start getting back into World War III, because, you know, the prevalent times when, you know, like we going into the MOTB, X, Y, and Z. But like we always state, World War III will not happen until the mark of the beast is instituted, you know. So these things are going to happen simultaneously, because see what the Lord is doing behind the scenes. Now he's setting up the chess pieces. OK, even though the MOTB is not mandated yet, nonetheless, these particular provisions that they're doing in these particular endeavors that they're engaging in the Middle East and just period around the world, that's setting up World War III. So when the mark of the beast does intact, or once it's instituted or mandated, okay, then World War III can surely commence thereafter. Because I think it's going to happen around the same time. I believe once the chip is made mandatory, then I believe shortly after the World War III is going to come. It ain't going to be no long drawn out, okay, the chip comes in 10 years down the line, then war comes. No, this is going to happen all simultaneously, because they're set up to happen that way. Okay, that way the Lord already has the back characters already getting ready to come to the front of the stage. And therefore, when that happens, then bam, you know, war, we out of here. Though it's going to be a little bit more complex than that, but it's pretty straightforward. You know, so call lawyer. How about Shimi? How was shot? But this guy, he said a handful. He said, look, are we going to go down to the Middle East and we're going to die, or are we going to resist and die trying? Okay, with either way it go, you're done, because you can revolt. You could come against your superiors, your government, all you want. At the end of the day, this is the Lord's judgment, and he's going to destroy this place and the majority of the people in it. Okay, the only people that's going to make it out of this place alive is the elect. That's it, the elect. The 1/3, 144, the 1/3, and the men, women, and children from around the world, they're going to repent to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and they're going to make it out of this thing. Lord's will we be worthy. Okay, so this is the book of 2nd Esdras 15, and I'm going to start. Matter of fact, let's go. And it's not going to be a long lesson, but it says it's called the 6th Trumpet Army from the East. Now, when you look at Russia, the Ukraine, even though Russia is pretty much like northeast. When you look at Asia, Taiwan, or China, Taiwan, Korea, these are nations of the east. But it says, and the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahweh, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels, which are bound by the great river Euphrates. And remember, the Euphrates River is actually drying up too. So, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is really speeding this thing up. He's moving. He's making moves. He's always good on his promise. Okay, and that's one thing about the Lord. He's always faithful. Even if we're bugging out and we're seeing different than what the Most High is presenting to us, the Lord is always faithful, man. Okay, he's not going to put us through things that he know that we can't, that he know that we're going to succumb from. Like, the Lord see that brothers are getting tired. He see that brothers are getting, their bodies are breaking down. He's seeing that they're getting sick. Okay, he's seeing that this society it's no way out of this shit. So the Lord is really making moves on the planet Earth, man. And I just hope that they really go forth and push this thing, because the landing inevitable, the kicking the can down the road. This man is just basically, he just shot himself in the foot. Like, why didn't you just let the economy collapse a decade ago and rebuild from there? But nah, you want to kick the can down the road because the Most High is the one that's influencing your mindset. Because only a stupid person would know something will happen at the end of the road, but yet he's the land inevitable. Which Esau is a stupid person, but the Most High is controlling them. But it says here, the great river Euphrates and the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. Third part of men is going into you Edomites, okay? As we go into the classifications of three classifications of people. Sons of God, okay, which is the sons of the righteous, which is us. Okay, the Israelites, and then you got the sons of men, which are the heathens, and then you got the sons of the wicked, which is you Edomites, man. Okay, every Edomite, man, woman, and child will be destroyed. Okay, and you're going to come back as slaves in the new world. All right, and it says here, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them, and those are talking about the missiles, because this World War III is going to be fought with nuclear war, man. Okay, this is why movies like, what's the name of that movie? It came out, it's called The Creator. It came out last week. Very good movie, by the way. I give it like an 8 out of 10. It's very good. But they showed you in the beginning scenes that Los Angeles was hit with a nuke, and they blamed it on AI. But in fact, who created AI? Your wicked ass. But it says, for a year to slay the third part of men, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in a vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of jasnet and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issues fire and smoke and brimstone. Okay, so that's the point we want to make. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, he's getting ready to bring this thing to a complete close. Okay, we've reached the end of Esau's rulership, so the Lord is getting ready to bring this thing down. Okay, me personally, like I said, I'm confident when I say this, though I speak as a man, but I'm sure other brothers can attest. I don't see them getting out of this decade. At least I hope not. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Esau Edom getting out of this decade. And even if they so happens to miraculously make it out of this particular decade, because time changes with decades, 10-year increments, there's always a change or dispensation of events that take place. But even if they so happens to get up out of this decade, you better believe that the West would not be the dominant power. Okay, you better believe it will be them. It will for sure be a third world country by the end of this decade. Okay, and it's flying by, man, because we literally entering 2024 any day. Like it's October now, and then November, December. We got less than 3 months left in this year. Okay, so all hell is getting ready to break loose on the planet Earth, and you think that these people over here is going to continue to take the abuse from these people in office? Hell no, man. People ain't paying their bills no more. People are walking away from their jobs. And I was reading an article, briefly reading it. It went into, we added 335,000 jobs to the economy. Like, get the fuck out of here. How the hell you adding jobs to the economy and you ain't hiring no goddamn body? And even the jobs that you're quote unquote adding, people are not even qualified for. Or just because let's just say, if you have a job as, how people drive the Pepsi trucks. You may be a driver, but then all of a sudden you add a sector for an unloader. Like, motherfucker, that's not adding another job. You're just taking a position and you're kind of expanding it, so to speak. But you're not necessarily adding another job to it. Ain't like you're opening up a whole nother sector. You just got more work for laborers. you know, which people don't even want to do that no more, you know. And it says here, and I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jasmine and brimstone. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouth issues fire and smoke and brimstone, which is talking about those ICBMs, man. Okay, this new world war will be fought with ICBMs, man. Okay, nuclear war, which is gonna end in the total destruction of America. Okay, your lake of fire that you Christians teach, hell, no, your lake of fire is literally gonna be ground zero here in Babylon. This is gonna be where your hell is gonna be, literally. Okay, when your ass is burning in that hell fire from those missiles, right here on the planet Earth. Okay, you ain't going down to some goddamn fourth dimensional layer, being cooked in a pot of neck bones by some red hot dog looking demon. No, man. The lake of fire is going to be commenced right here on this soil. This is going to be the lake of fire where we're standing at, America, man. Okay. And it says here, and by these three was the third part of many killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths, which is the ICBMs. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, and their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver, and brass and stone, and if any would, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. And see, when people read that, they're like, damn, God is going to really destroy us for just... When you read this, it doesn't... it does it justice, but you can't really fathom it. Like when they say God's a wood and stone, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than just worshiping some stick or some idol or some bull, man. No, it's deeper than it goes into people's works. People are really engaged and etched into this society, man. Okay, these people are charagma into this society. They're really grafted into the things that they do. I mean, just hold the whole Me Too movement, the whole LGBTQRSTUV, all that nonsense. That people are really involved and endeared in these particular idol worship of idolatry, man. Okay, it's bigger than what it was 3,000 years ago in the ancient world when, you know, Jacob go worship a gold calf or he worshiping gods of, you know, different gods and stuff like that. It's a little bit deeper now, man, because you have the technology to do these things. Okay, back then it was mainly, you know, you worshiping a secret idol and, you know, you giving up seances to other gods, witchcraft, which was bad, by the way. I mean, there was no, in fact, better than what they're doing today. But now people are more blatantly with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a pleasure to see you momos and you people and you women getting dropped over to World War III, man. You know, and it says here, nor repenting of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornications, nor of their thefts. And that's talking about you Jakes, man. Okay, so this is the book of 2nd Esdras 15, and I'm going to start at verses 27. No, I'm going to start at verses 25. It says, I will not spare them, but go your way, ye children, from the power. Salakia 26. It says, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivered he them unto death and destruction. So all you people that's going into this war, whether you voluntarily sign up or you get drafted, the Lord is sending you over to your death, man. And I pray like hell that we're exempt from this, man. Because, hey, brothers, like I said, don't get freaked out if you receive a draft letter. Some brothers may receive it, but you know what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord probably giving you your test. Like, okay, well, what you going to do? You going to let them scare you into coming over here? You rather die by their hand or you rather die by me? My thing is, you go up against Yahweh Shai, you know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But at least if you resist this devil, it's just like, okay, well, shit. Throw me in prison, whatever you going to do. You know what I'm saying? Esau put a bullet in your head and so be it, you in the spirit world, you know. But we're coming into the times now that we're getting ready to be tried, man. And this is the start of it. But it says, but now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. Like we told you, this whole ordeal from 2020, they ain't letting up on that. He's doing too much. He says he's literally digging himself. He's literally making himself a target. But it says, for Yahweh should not deliver you because ye have sinned against him. But behold, a horrible vision in the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations and the dragons of Arabia should come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them should be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Okay, because World War III, these people are going to be terrified for the things that's coming on the planet Earth. And Yahweh Shai made mention of it. He says men's hearts fell in them for fear for what's coming on the earth. So when those nukes are getting shot off and pocket nukes are going off and you getting people blown up right in front of you, that's gonna generate some real PTSD, man. You know, and it says here, and the Carmenians, which is the Iranians or the Persians, raging in wrath, should go forth as the wild boars in the wood. And we know a wild boar, they will eat you alive, man, and they're very quick. They can outrun a human if need be. It says, and with great power should they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, which is just the Americas, man. And the dragons have the upper hand in remembering their nature, because Ishmael's a wild man. It says, and if they should turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these should be troubled, bled, and kept silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them, and their host should be fear, dread, and strife among their kings. But behold the clouds from the east and from the north and unto the south, for they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm, man, okay? Because you got the chariots that's going to come, okay? You got the missiles that's going to be shot off, you know? And Yahweh Shem Yahushai is getting ready to put this place down, man. You know, and it says here, and they should smite upon one another, and they should smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood should be from the sword into the belly, and the dung of men to the camel's hole. Ooh. And there should be great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth. And they that see the wrath should be afraid, and trembling should come upon them. And then shall there come great storms from the south and from the north, and another part of the west. And strong winds shall rise from the east, and shall open it, and the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred to cause fear towards the east and west wind shall be destroyed, man. So, hey, how about Shimi Hawashai, man? Is getting ready to bring this. Like I said, man, I can't even do it justice, but the Lord is getting ready to bring hell to this place. Okay, this is going into the third world's war, man. All right, and the great and mighty cloud should be puffed up, full of wrath, and the star, that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out every high and eminent place a horrible star. Okay, when you go into the stars, like the missiles, symbolically, like when you go into, I believe it was Revelation 16, but it says, and fire and hell and flying swords, which the flying swords represents the missiles, and many waters, which is the peoples, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. Then they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of wood, and the grass of the meadows and their corn. And they should go steadfastly into Babylon and make her afraid. Then they should come to her and besiege her, and the star and all the wrath that shall pour upon her. Then shall the dust and the smoke go up into heaven, and all they that be about her should be well heard, man. So America's going to be destroyed, brothers. All right, but anyway, I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And with that, shalom and above all, shalom.